tutorial using the new classic palette from KKW Beauty. She just came. I was not planning on filming today, you guys. I am packing. I am getting ready to go out of town tomorrow. When you guys are seeing this, it's actually tomorrow because I decided I'm going to pop this up on my channel. Initially, I was going to buy the entire collection, but so many things came out when this launched during that time frame that I decided to save that money, buy a different collection, review another collection, and then later on I would buy a few more pieces. The classic collection has 4 lipsticks, 4 lip liners, and 1 palette. So I picked up 1 lip liner and 2 lipsticks. So eventually I will have the entire set. Now this palette is $45, and for those of you guys that know, I have been so excited about this palette launch. First second I seen it, I was absolutely in love. This palette is so stunning and the colors are exactly what I need in a palette. And I love how they're all together. And I love the KKW Beauty eyeshadow formula. So for me, this was like everything. Now, I do love the KKW Beauty Mario palette. I do. She is gorgeous. And I have used her so many times. There was some cool tones mixed with some warm tones. This one is definitely just the classic shades that everybody needs in their collection. And I'm excited to have them in the KKW Beauty formula and all-in-one palette. It like made my entire day. I don't think I've been that excited about a collection in a long time. Lip liners are $12 and the lipsticks are $18. Now I have been really loving her lip liners and lipsticks. I am absolutely obsessed with the nude number 2, shade 2. It keeps selling out of shade number 2 because it is so popular in the nude category. Love it. It is my ride or die. I love this lip liner. I am wearing shade number 2 with the nude 2 lip. And I love how easy it is. So all of her lip liners are just nude 1, nude 2, nude 3, nude 4. All of the peach lip liners, peach 1, peach 2, peach 3, peach 4. Same thing with the lipsticks. It makes it so easy. There's not all these names and you can't remember what they are. It's like, I love how easy she made this. I love it. I love the KKW Beauty line. So for me, this palette was everything. I love the look that I created with this. And let me say, I have been really loving her lipsticks. I've been wearing them pretty much the entire month of July. When she launched her lipsticks, the lip liners and the cream lipsticks, I went ahead and bought several of them and I can't stop wearing them. I love the formula. I don't like the smell of them. Or they smell a little crayon-y. There's something about this formula. I can't stop wearing it. I have Classic K. I have 3 shades in the nude collection and I love them. Like, they are so creamy and they glide so smooth over the lips and they last for hours. The lighter nudes don't last as long, but the darker nude, I can get that nude to last me like 3 hours and it's absolutely beautiful and it fades off very pretty. It doesn't get like blotchy and weird. They're a very creamy formula. I just wish they didn't smell like crayons. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking your ear off. Let's move straight into the tutorial, showing you guys how I created this beautiful look, and then later on I'm gonna swatch it and I'm gonna go through the lippies. So I will see you guys in a little. Okay, let's get into playing with this new KKW Beauty palette. You guys, I am supposed to be packing. I am leaving tomorrow for a 6-day houseboat trip with my family. We're going to be out on the lake with no cell service and I'm supposed to be packing right now, but this collection came in and I have to play with it like right now. And yeah, so I'm taking a break from all the packing and all the jobs I'm supposed to be doing. I got a lot of chaos going on in the house, so if you hear some outside interference, I'm very sorry in advance. But you guys, I can't stop. Like, I have to use this right now. This, out of all the collections that came out in the last couple weeks, this is the one that I'm the most excited about. And let me explain why. It might be a boring palette to some that see it, but for me, I really like the KKW Beauty line. I'm not a big fan of the Kardashians. It's not that. It's just, I like the quality of her products and I love her concealer. I have actually I have her concealer on my eyes right here on the top, and then I set it down with the baking powder, I went ahead and used her brightening powder. Now I do have Tarte Creaseless Concealer under here because it just looks heavenly over my creases. But I did put this brightening powder on. I love the KKW Beauty Mario palette. I love that palette. I also am obsessed, you guys. I am so obsessed with this lip liner. Like, I don't even know that I've ever loved a lip liner like I love this one. The lip liner I'm talking about is the number 2 nude lip, you guys. I have the nude 1, but this nude 2, there is something very, very special about her. It's this perfect nude brown. I can't stop wearing it. It's like my everything. So this is what the actual palette looks like. I love how sleek and simple this is. Now I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's just very boring to me, but you have to, I guess, take Kim Kardashian into consideration. This whole line is just very simple and very sleek and very beautiful, kind of like how she is. This is what the palette looks like. Just look how beautiful this palette is, you guys. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, she's so pretty. We're just gonna start playing around with this. There's these 2 really nice shades in the palette that you could use kind of as a base. So I'm just gonna take this brush from Morphe. It doesn't have a number on it. I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's the first one on the bottom row. And I'm just gonna place this over top of my concealer. So far, so good. I'm so excited about this palette. Like, who would have thought that I could be this excited about a palette? Like, seriously, Tara, get it together. I'm gonna take my Morphe E28 brush. I wanna go into this shade right here. And you guys, I'm terrible with the names, but I believe that one is Calabasas. And I'm just gonna start working this in the crease. The one thing that I like about the KKW Beauty eyeshadow palette formula is that the shadows are very easy to blend. They're not powdery, they're not chalky, they're just really nice quality shadows. As usual, blended out beautifully. Beautiful, beautiful. And I got a tiny bit of kick up, but nothing too crazy. I don't get a lot of kick up from the KKW Beauty palettes. I will a little bit, but nothing like too major. Now I'm gonna take my Morphe M506 brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade right in the middle, which is Selfish. One thing I don't like is a selfish person. So I'm gonna pop this right here over top of that shade. Ooh, it's really pretty. This is a really pretty shade, you guys. Definitely taking this palette on vacation. Not that I plan on doing a lot of makeup while we're on the lake, but if I want a tiny bit of makeup on and I want to throw, you know, a color in the crease or whatever, this is like the perfect palette to do that with. So I think I'll probably only take this palette with me. And I'm not getting any fallout, which is good. Okay, I'm gonna take that same brush. I'm gonna go into this shade right down here, which is Family. And I am going to really concentrate this right here on the middle of the crease, right on the tip of that bone. Just kind of buffing that in. Oh man, this is such a pretty palette. Why is this such a pretty palette? I don't know why I got so excited about these like really cool, neutral, beautiful shades, but there is something about this palette that just, bam, you know how you just have those types of palettes and those shades that just really talk to you on a level of love? This one is it. Okay, I'm gonna start on the lower lash line just for a minute, and then I'm gonna start kind of connecting and playing around with another shade. So I'm gonna go into that shade Calabasas, and this is the brush from my Dose of Colors Baked Browns palette. It's my favorite brush to apply lower lash line shadow. And I am basically just gonna kind of fade this in. I'm definitely giving credit to Kim Kardashian and Mario. They started the whole lower lash line, smoked out lower lash line look, and I'm very grateful because I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna go in with that middle shade right there, and I am going to pop this right here under the lash line. I'm basically repeating the exact same steps that I did on top. Dang, okay. Oh, she's pretty, you guys. With this small type brush, I'm gonna go into this shade right down here. That shade is called Family, and I am going to really define this crease with this small brush. I'm gonna start packing that outer corner of my eyelid, And I'm basically just taking like circular motions and just really working in this shadow. Now I'm kind of bringing it down along the lower lash line. These shadows help me. They are heavenly. I'm gonna go back into the shade Selfish, and I'm going to take my Morphe M506 brush, and I'm gonna pop that back over top. You know, sometimes when you put a darker color over, you'll lose the intensity of that shade. So I'm just kind of putting this back over top to bring it back to life. I'm going to go back to my Dose of Colors brush, and I'm going to go into the darkest shade in the palette, which is this beautiful like gray shade. This is called Gemini, which is awesome because I'm a Gemini. This is the shade I'm going to go into right here. It's kind of a purple gray brown shade. And I am just going to start kind of smoking this in right here. But do you see how beautiful that lays over those other shadows? Oh my gosh. Now she has a shade similar to this in the Mario palette. So I'm going to look and see just how different they are for those of you guys that maybe have the Mario palette. Now I'm kind of bringing this in to kind of smoke out that crease just to give it a little bit of definition. I'm going to take the smaller tip of the Dose of Colors brush, and I'm going to go into that dark shade, and I'm going to really smoke out my lower lash line right close to the inner rim. Let's go on to the lid. I really want to use that first shade, which I don't know what to do. It's so pretty. I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to go on with my finger and see. Oh, yes. Yep, that's it. Do you see how pretty that is? Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, she's so pretty. She is so pretty. I'm just going to use my finger for a minute and kind of lay the color down. I'm going to take this Luxie brush. This is my 245 shader, and I'm going to go down into that shade. The one I just used is this one right here, and it is Saint, which I think her son's name's Saint, right? Am I right? I don't keep up, you guys. She does have gorgeous children, though. Like, that's the one thing that nobody can take away from her, is she has really pretty kids, and she does seem to be such a great mom. And in life, that's what really matters, you know? This is dry. I didn't wet it down, and I'm just kind of packing that on and perfecting it, you know, because when you apply it with your finger, sometimes it doesn't go on very smooth, and so now I'm just kind of fading that into the dark. Because I used the lightest shade in the palette, I think I'm going to pull out her highlighter palette, and I'm going to put this shade on. This is the first shade in the palette. Now, I don't like this as a highlighter. It's a little bit too chunky for my preferences, but I absolutely love it for an inner corner highlight. So I'm going to take a smaller little pencil brush, and I'm going to pop this right up here. Not too intense, but enough to bring it some life. Then I'm going to take this brush that I got from Morphe. It doesn't have a number on it. It's my favorite inner corner highlight brush. And I'm going to go into that first shade and just pop it right here. I'm going to wet it down just to get that real intense highlight right here. Isn't she so pretty? Oh my gosh. I like want to be buried in this look. This is like my dream eyeshadow look. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go off camera. I'm going to throw some lashes on, and then I will come back and I will play around with the lip liner and the two lippies that I got from this collection. So I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I went ahead and threw on just some really soft Demi Wispie lashes from Ardell. And I used a brown eyeliner in my waterline and like up in my tight line just to kind of bring everything together with the browns. And I'm absolutely obsessed with this look. The lip liner that I got is Peach number 2. I probably should have gotten Peach number 3 because I think this might be a little bit too light for my skin tone. But we're going to go ahead and pop this on. Yeah, I probably should have gotten the deeper Peach. But like I said, I will own the other 2 lippies and the other 3 lip liners. So I love her lipsticks. They are becoming one of my favorite formulas. And this gloss right here from the KKW Beauty Mario collection, this is in the shade Juicy. This is one of my favorite glosses this summer. I can't stop wearing it. So when I say that I really like the KKW Beauty line, I am not lying. So this is shade number 4, and I do think the lip liner is obviously way too light for this. This is a pretty lippy, but it's not my thing. It's a little bit too orange. It's not really a peach burnt shade, it's orange on my skin tone. I have a medium skin tone. Like, it looks pretty on my wrist, but then when I put it on my mouth, I don't really like it. It's not my favorite. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off. I also have peach number 2. This is what this looks like. This is probably more my jam with this look. Oh yes, look how pretty that is. Okay, and then this is what the lip liner looks like. This is peach 2. So yeah, the peach 2 lip liner and the peach 2 lip are pretty close in shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this back on. Now I'm gonna throw on the shade number 2. Yes, she's pretty. She's very pretty. I want to bring out the dark that's up here on my eyelids. This is Nude number 2. This is my favorite, you guys. I absolutely love this lip liner. I cannot stop wearing it. I'm going to put on Peach 2. I like that so much better with that darker nude lip than I did with the lip liner that kind of matched it, because it kind of toned it down a little bit and took that vibrant like peach shade and it toned it down and made it like this shade in the palette. When I seen this collection on Trend Mood, this is exactly the look that I envisioned in my mind. How do I feel about the lip liner? I don't know that I like the peach number 2. I do think it's a little bit too bright for me, for my skin tone. Same with the shade number 4. I do think this is a beautiful shade, but I don't know that I'll wear it a lot. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna keep it and maybe wear it in more of those fall tones. Right now it's summer and I don't feel like this will go with a lot of looks that I've been wearing lately. So, but I can imagine myself wearing this bright brick. It's almost like a burnt orange brick shade, and I think it would be stunning in those fall looks. So I'm gonna definitely keep it around for that, but I absolutely love the shade 2, and I definitely am gonna buy the other 2 lippies and the other lip liners so that I have the entire collection. This is a perfect palette. I'm absolutely obsessed. Now I know that some of you guys might say, well, it's just kind of boring. I have those shades in so many other palettes, and you probably do. But for me, it was the perfect palette for me because these are the colors that I love, and to have an all-in-one palette was like perfection. It's those classic shades that everybody needs, and it's a dependable formula. I've never had any issues using a KKW Beauty eyeshadow palette. They've always blended out so beautifully on my eyes, and I'm absolutely obsessed with her brand. I do like the KKW Beauty brand. So this is just an A+ for me. This is what the palette looks like swatched. So this shade is Saint. This shade is Florence, Selfish, Calabasas, Chicago. Chicago is gorgeous, you guys. That is such a beautiful bronze shade. This color is called Fade. You really can't see it because it's just such a bone, like a skin shade. This one is called Dash, which that shade is so pretty. This one is North, gorgeous. That shade has such a beautiful shimmer to it, and it's so unique. I'm absolutely obsessed. This shade is called Family. This shade is Gemini. These are so hard to read, you guys. They are so hard. Like I said in my tutorial, this shade right here in the palette, the very end, it looks similar to this shade in the KKW Beauty Mario palette. The one in the Mario palette is a little bit more on the gray side. So I wanted to show you guys what that looks like swatched next to it so you guys could see the difference. So this one has a little bit more of a brown, rich tone to it, and this one's more on the gray side. There is something special about this palette, and yeah, I'm in love with it. I am. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys again for all the love and the support. You guys truly mean the world to me, and I really hope you guys have a fantastic weekend filled with love, happiness, and joy. I love you guys so much. Bye.